Hey guys, Durag back with another video, and this one's going to be a little bit different. This one's not going to be a vlog recap. We're going to actually give you a video on Devin Vassell and his specific fit into the Phoenix Suns. Thanks for coming to the channel. Let's just jump right in. So the Suns this season were a legitimately good offensive team, but there are a few areas where they can improve. The Suns were top 10 in 2-point percentage, 9th overall, top 10 in field goal percentage, also 9th overall, and they were first in the league in both free throw shooting, with an NBA record 83.39% as a team, and they were also first in assists per game. As the youngest squad in the NBA, those are impressive numbers. As a team, the Phoenix Suns were 20th in three-pointers made, they were 21st in three-point attempts, and they were 16th in three-point percentage per game. This is a clear area of improvement that we can focus on. The Suns did have two 5-man units that had great overall net rating. The core four are Rubio, Booker, McHale, and Ayton. Cam Johnson and Kelly Oubre round out the list as the 5th starters in both net rating groups that exceeded expectations. What this means is that the Suns don't necessarily need to focus on starter health. They have a good starting unit. The bench is mainly the area of concern. And with that, let's dive into the unbelievable bubble run that our own Phoenix Suns bench had in Orlando. The Suns essentially had an 8-man rotation. Outside of garbage time, after the starters of Rubio, Book, Ayton and McHale, and Cam Johnson, only Cam Payne, Dario Saric, and Jevon Carter had mainstays alongside those core 5. Those 3 bench guys played unbelievable in the bubble, all of them shooting near 50% from 3 during the 8-game stretch in Orlando. However, it was also their offensive and defensive roles that shed some light into what may be the Suns' needs and interests this draft season. Let's start with Jevon Carter. Carter was playing mostly an off-ball role on offense and playing a point-of-attack role on defense. This role is a perfect segue into our first prospect, Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell was born on August 23rd, 2000. He's currently listed as 6'7" and 194 pounds. He did grow up in Suwanee, Georgia, and attended Peachtree High School, where as a senior, Vassell would average 21 points and 9 rebounds per game and named the Regional Player of the Year. He would receive only 4 offers. He did decide to eventually become a Florida State Seminole. From his Florida State assistant head coach, Charlton Young, before Vassell even played his first game. Listen man, I got one. He's not ranked anywhere, but he's a pro. And 2 years after that, Vassell has indeed become a guaranteed pro, a lottery prospect in most instances, and let's dive into his game and see exactly why he may fit almost seamlessly into the Jevon Carter role that we saw in the bubble. Stats may bore some people, but for me, consistently seeing guys that you compare players to with the eye test line up with them on the stat sheet lets me know my eyes are 1, looking in the right place, and 2, the translation of the role / play style of this player could potentially have an easier transition into the NBA. I am not the first Devin Vassell fan in existence. However, since I have seen him play, I can totally say that he is exactly the type of player that would fit well with the Phoenix Suns team, and I would like to point out a few examples so we can better understand exactly how his skill set and role will translate immediately to this team. In these back-to-back clips, we can see Jevon Carter putting pressure on Lou Williams near half court, causing a turnover. Let's watch Devin Vassell do the exact same thing, except you'll notice that he has to navigate a screen as well. His length is impactful, something Jevon doesn't have. For the next minute, let's watch Jevon Carter have his best game of the bubble against the Miami Heat. He hit 6 threes in this game and had a season-high 20 points with the Phoenix Suns. As you can see in the clips, Jevon is really taking what the defense is giving him, relocating very well, and hitting his spot-up threes. This is the exact role that I envisioned for Vassell, and as you'll notice here, Jevon is getting a lot of easy looks thanks to the gravity of Booker and Ayton, and Rubio as well. And I do think Vassell would be able to capitalize on the exact same gravity that all these players have. Next up, we do have Devin Vassell's best game of the year. It came against Virginia Tech. And the reason I chose this game was it does have a nice encapsulation of the role that I anticipate he'd have with the Phoenix Suns. He's able to find the open spots on the floor, as we see him fill the lane nicely here and get a transition corner three. This next play shows his offensive IQ. He starts in the right corner and works his way all the way to the left side of the court. We'll notice some off-ball relocation here, and I do think that's one of his biggest strengths and selling points for his role for the Phoenix Suns. His activity frees him up for a top-of-the-key three. This next play shows him lull his defender to sleep and cut hard to the left side for an off-movement wing three. And this is where his length comes into play. He's able to just rise and fire over the defender, even with a great contest. Next, we see him come through an elevator screen on the right wing and then relocate to the top of the key for a wide open three. His teammate is able to put some nice pressure on the rim. That frees up a left wing corner three, and he's able to bury it. Our last play here, and Vassell calmly walks into a one dribble pull-up three-pointer to ice the game and put his squad up 15. Next up, we have Vassell rotating down for a strong side block and then running out in transition for an easy score. Next, Vassell rotates from the weak side to get a nice contest at the rim and force another miss. These next few clips show off his length and his positioning. He's able to bait ball handlers into making passes that just don't exist any longer. And another great thing about Vassell is his positioning and rotations. He just makes sound and smart rotations. Everything is with purpose, and it's great to see. And to end the video, just a few clips of Devin shooting. I really like when his feet are set. He has a nice high release point, and he's able to get it off decently quick. I think it could end up being quicker in the NBA, but we'll see about that. I like the release. He shot 40% from three in both years, so nothing really needs to change. He's a great shooter, and I think he'd be a fantastic addition to this Phoenix Suns squad.
With love, without love, fuck it. I just count up, heard this bird loud up, thumbing. Rise above it, I've been hungry for some substance ever since I was a puppy. When distracted by no pussy, I was soaking up the info from the looking window. Embrace for what we in for, was the same for all my kinfolk. Now we get dope, dirty and soapy, they can't control me. My homies knew I was dope, so I was fucking up and I owed it. I turned the page that I wrote, these new chapters with hope. I was loathing, but no more, I keep glowing bright like the